Well, Stephen Barclay is the MP for North East Cambridgeshire, where thousands of migrant workers live. When I spoke to him late this afternoon, he told me about some of the cases which have been brought to his attention.
Well, a particular bad case, for example, in Whittlesea was where there were CCTV cameras not just on the front door and on the outside of the property, but on the inside as well, and residents had their passport confiscated off them, their wages were being taken off them, and therefore really immoral the way this was being conducted and the conditions they were living in.
So who's to blame? Is it the gangmasters? Is it the landlords? Is it the people who employ these people?
Well, in the case of the Whittlesea example, clearly the gangmaster is behaving illegally and immorally, and it's important that the full force of the law is brought against them, and that is a live inquiry, and a number of arrests have now been made. But there's wider planning powers that need to be enforced, and there's also a resourcing issue in terms of ensuring bodies like the Gangmasters Licensing Authority have the resources to ensure they can investigate and bring these cases to light.
There are those people within your own party who would say, let's be more careful about who we allow into this country. Should we not get to a state where we know where the people are going to work, we know who is going to pay them, we take the gangmaster out of it altogether, and we know where they're going to live?
Well, there's different issues within that. I mean, clearly, in some cases, people are being misled. So, for example, they're being told in Lithuania that if they come to the Fens, they'll have accommodation and a job. And often they use their life savings to come over, and they're being ripped off by the gangmasters, and that's one issue. Second, there's questions of welfare reform and trying to encourage people locally who aren't working to take some of the jobs, which has been an issue in the past.
We saw in that film a landlord saying he knew nothing about what was going on inside the house, he just let it out. Surely it's the landlord's responsibility to know who is in his house.
Well, the mix, I mean, clearly some landlords will be aware of what's going on. In other cases, it might be the letting agency that is at fault, and I know some landlords are suing a particular letting agency in Wisbech for breach of their legal agreement. So it depends. You need to look at it on a case-by-case basis. But it's clear that illegal activity has been happening, and the key message for people to understand is that the authorities are now being much more robust on this issue, because it's both unfair for those who are suffering from overcrowded and overcharging in these homes, but it's also unfair for local residents who are suffering antisocial behaviour as a result of this issue.
Mr. Barclay, thank you very much.
Pleasure.